Halo guys, balik lagi dengan gue Sil. Malam ini gue akan bermain NBA 2K23 ya guys ya. Kali ini akan melawan Memphis Grizzly. Overallnya mantap-mantap juga ya. Overall ke-15 mereka, kita ke-21. Lama juga. Yang kau mau.
And here were the Memphis Grizzlies, focused on the task at hand as they came into the arena earlier. Welcome to... Hey, Allie.
John Moran, a first time.
Indeed. Thanks, Allie. And checking out the opening lineup for Memphis. Moran and Bain in the backcourt together. Then it's Jackson, and it's A-Train in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony Simons, Robert Williams out there with Abdia. Then it's Matisse Thybulle, and it's Silk in at the point. Well, at this early stage of the season, what's the biggest challenge for a team, Grant?
Waduh, sampai ketidur-tidur nggak tuh?
What kind of club they are. Before a lot of teams that had some turnover or coaching change, it's about finding who you are, finding your identity, figuring out what style is going to work.
Now here's Moran. The floater, and it's
Aduh,
good.
jago banget.
How about the touch on the floater? John Morant making it look too easy.
Here's Silk, pounded by Moran. And he's going for the oop here.
GG.
It's some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
And that's butter. And that streaking rack attack is the mobile one drive.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. They'll take possessions like that one all day.
Here's Moran.
Wits.
Abdia pulls it in
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
to the inside. So, ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
If you look back to the Grizzlies
Nice.
last year, there's one thing to remember. For most of their core guys, that was only their second trip to the playoffs.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Well, for that very young Grizzlies team, I'm thinking that playoff experience last year was invaluable, Smitty.
BA, no question. For every playoff game a young player gets under his belt, the more prepared he is for the next playoff run.
Now here's Jackson. Good, and the setup by Moran.
Good concentration by Jaren. A little contact on the shot, no problem.
Silk with
Nice.
We just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
outside Moran.
Wih,
Nice.
buset.
Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 5.
Dibales spontan.
There's a fearless side to John Morant, even amongst the trees.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Now here's Thybulle. He's guarded closely.
Beuh, mantap.
One of the
Nice
cases
play.
where height fails to tell you the whole story.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. And he's going for the line. And with the dunk.
And how
Goks,
sweet was
goks,
that play?
goks.
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush. It's Abdia on the
Shit.
wing.
Aduh,
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he hit
biasanya jago dia.
And there's Bain. That one's good. The assist by Moran.
Shows incredible vision for a younger player. John Morant's a skilled distributor.
To the paint. Picked it out of midair. to go. 4 for 6 so far.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Pass to Avdia. Simons against Bain. We're
Nice.
approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Here's Wells. 9 points in his last outing. 6 to shoot.
Nice
Hey,
D.
no good.
Blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easy.
Aduh.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Yep, that one goes. Morant's got 10 points in the game.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Silk. Pass to Thibault. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Trailblazers as Portland retains possession.
Ngeri banget.
5 on the clock. Gets the jump.
GG.
Showing the quickness. Nice catch and shoot by Anthony.
Mukanya agak terlalu putih ya si Simon ya.
10 shots to fall.
Kepencet lagi. Yang ku mau hanya dirimu.
Turned in an outstanding game against Utah. Here's Wells, covered by Thibault. 4 on the clock. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Robert Williams picks up one. That one misses. DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for Williams.
Rebound. Aduh, masuk ternyata.
Here's Silk, coming off a terrific game against
Guardnya
Houston.
juga ngebut banget sih. Aduh, masih belum bisa.
Memphis leading. That's tipped. And it's the Trailblazers on the break.
Ah, buset, berat banget. Kekejar loh.
Simons against Morant. Driving in. And
Gila, 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 gila.
he's got 12.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
In the 2021-22 season, we saw Ja Morant go from a star to a bona fide superstar,
Mantap.
averaging over 27 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Don't want to let them get into a rhythm from out there.
And the Grizzlies call time here. Well, Smithy with Morant. His ascension into superstardom was quicker than expected.
BA, before he tweaks his knee, he was in the top 5 for the MVP race, putting himself among the league's elite at the age of 22. And with his passion,
Portland trailing here. Denny Avdia out there with Matisse Thibault. Then there's Robert Williams. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Silk.
Aduh, malah ke sana.
That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Outside, Williams. Pass to Wells. Outside Bain. Jacks up a 3.
Tidak.
It's hauled in
Nice.
by the Trailblazers. This game following their win against the Rockets.
Hey, their activity on defense was terrific. It was just full effort at that end of the floor and a bunch of blocks to show for it.
this was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
Feet out.
Rebound.
Goes back up. And it's going to be a goaltending call here. So they will count.
Buset, double-double lagi. Dapat ping call, goaltending.
Well, you know it takes courage to draw charges. Guys get trucked all the time, and they still call a blocking foul. You think more of those should be no calls, Grant?
You know, BA, courage is the right word. If you're willing to step in there and sacrifice your body for the sake of the team, you know what? If you don't give them
Pin.
a charge, I prefer the
Ah, benar-benar
that
Pris.
idea. They're
effortless for Jackson. He could play on
Calm
my
down,
team
calm down.
any day.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Pass to Abdia. Again, the miss by the
Buset.
Trailblazers.
In and
This
out.
opportunity wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point,
Shoot.
it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Si belum bisa.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Here's Wells. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Just 5 on the clock. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Nyala.
Where we're sitting, you can clearly tell it was a foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both.
Bisa yuk. Slow.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Silk. And he slaps it in one-handed.
Now, BA, you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Outside, Williams. Pass to Jackson. Over Abdia. Tybal with the board.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
Here's Silk. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Tenang.
First.
Yuk, dikit-dikit
Tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling, and the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Outside, Williams. Here's Wells, covered by Tybal. Back to Williams. Fires the 3. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Memphis calls timeout.
Si Idi gede banget sih orang.
Last game.
Dialing it in from range on the road is never easy to do, but they pulled it off and played a great game.
Yeah, and you can see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
Applause for your Trailblazers youth dance team. One more time, fans. Your Blazers
Pass to
youth
Williams.
dance team.
6 on the shot clock. Williams defending. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. Williams on the wing. 4-3. Tries to save it. And again, Memphis no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
A moment here for an injury report.
Hi guys, the head athletic trainer for
Ya,
the Grizzlies
sini.
provided us some information. He's describing the injury as a high ankle sprain. That can be a very tough one to deal with. For a team just out of the gates this season, trying to establish chemistry, already they've hit some adversity, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. Sadly, that's not the news fans were hoping for, guys.
Definitely not. Seems like he's got a long, tough road ahead of him.
I mean, a devastating blow, to say the least.
And it's in there.
Tangannya terlalu tinggi, guys.
And the replay of that slashing drive to the hoop, courtesy of Mobile One.
Yeah, I mean, to get a shot like that on a drive, oh, it's those type of plays that will chip away at the lead.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Pass to Simons. The shot. Williams grabs the board. Memphis has gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. Down low. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
For Portland, they've got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter.
There's
Nice.
on the eyes of defenders, creating for his teammate.
Here's Williams. Pass to Bain. Here's Here's Wells. Outside Bain. Fires for three. It's not going to go for him. Now the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
Aduh.
Really should be an interesting one to watch.
Both teams will be fighting hard in all these games. They can't split this series.
Here's Wells. And so he draws the foul.
Keras banget defense-nya.
Robert Williams picks up one.
Zero wasted trips. They're doing their job at the line.
Shooting for Memphis at the line for two.
And he makes a first. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Aldama comes in for Jackson. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, your Trailblazer.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still, what happened? It was all Ja Morant in the first quarter. He had 27 points, 4 assists, and 1 block. Kenny, thanks for joining us.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out
Apakah
if the
kita
next
bisa
two
membalikan
games
keadaan, guys?
from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same
Yep.
level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
On the court for Memphis. Morant and Bain in the backcourt together. Then it's Jaren Jackson. And it's A-Train in at the small forward position.
Pri juga masih ampas nih.
Here's Wells.
Ball starts the second half. Let's hear it for your Blazers D.
Bible with a steal. Simons outside. Pass to Silk. There's the triple. The Grizzlies pull it in. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face them. That'll be the first of 3 games played at home.
With the ability to beat his defender in a number of ways, Morant is truly a dynamic scorer.
Outstanding dribble drive. And that replay was brought to you by Mobile One.
You know, BA, even with the game well in control, he's going right at the rim.
Banget
Love it.
sadar.
Man, good whistle there.
At the line,
First one falls.
number 11, taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter.
And some will remember that Desmond Bain was the last pick in the first round in the 2020 draft, which is something he has used as motivation over the years.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Second personal foul.
You know, it's clear now that teams are kicking themselves for not picking Bain earlier in the draft, Smitty.
BA, the reason why he's proven that he can be a huge part of the rotation. A lights-out three-point shooter and rugged defender. A player any team would love to have.
Here's Silk. It falls. 5 for 11 in the game.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Outside Morant. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action.
Off the dribble, Morant is so dynamic, even his teammates look a little stunned.
It's Abdi on the wing. Back to Simons.
Ya lah
Pass to
bang.
Thibault. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Simons. The 3. The shot, no good.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Jackson lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Assisted by
Jackson's got 6 points.
Bain.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Here's Silk, pounded by Morant. Pass to Williams. Who poked away. Simons outside. Puts up a three. The shot comes out. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
Only
Kokoh
one
banget
score in this
defense-nya.
half. Sometimes it's execution, sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Lets a floater go. Rebound
Nice.
by the Trailblazers. Abdia's got 4 rebounds now.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Pass to Thibault.
Shoot.
And now the Grizzlies on the run. And the finish on the break with the slam.
This is why Bane's
2-0
teammates
ya.
look for
Si
him on
Thibault
the
tuh
break
bisa tuh.
because he is relentless on his attack.
Here's Silk. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Ugly start
Ah,
to this half.
pencet
Hitting
pula.
just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
The Grizzlies have got 5 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Time called here. The Grizzlies decide to talk it over.
Timeout. Memphis.
22 poin ya.
Fans, let them hear from you. Make some noise for your Blazers answer.
Bisa yuk.
Your Blazers.
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter.
Grizzlies ball starts the second half. Let's hear it for your Blazers.
Pass to
D.
Morant. Some solid defense from Williams.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Oh, there's the alley.
Masih kena aja.
And with plenty of time left,
Ah, kenapa sih?
foul. He needs to stay
Udah 4 anjay.
moving forward.
Third team foul. Grizzlies ball starts
Now
the
here's
second
Morant.
half.
He's got
Let's hear it
34.
for your Blazers D.
Second chance shot. And the officials
Lagi
call
dong.
goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltend.
And the Blazers make
Buset, bener-bener kalah ini mah.
At the line for Portland. And
Listnya masih sama.
line for one.
Nggak boleh foul lagi nih mah.
That one misses for Simons.
Such an explosive talent. Anthony Simons can carry your offense in stretches when you need that.
Outside Morant. Floats one. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Grizzlies substitution number 14. Grizzlies ball starts the second half. Let's hear it for your Blazers D.
40 seconds left in the third. Here's Wells. Banked it in off the glass.
Berantakan banget ya defense
And it
kita ya.
gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Ugh, not good.
A
Buh.
uncontested shot at the
Mantap.
rim. You have to compete at all times.
Nggak masuk itu.
Penalty. At the line for
And
Portland.
that one falls for Simons.
Karena masuk ya.
Grizzlies making a change here. Baines checked in. And he can't hit the second.
Oh my
Now he's getting
god.
defenders back on their heels a little bit, getting to the foul line here in the second half.
Cepet banget nih orang
Putting
satu.
them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
A challenging stretch for Portland here. Grant, left side. From the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Baines finds Clark. The three is up. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Memphis up 25.
Quarter terakhir ya bisa
We head into
25 ya.
and we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. We've got Sharp, and it's ABC in at the four-man position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And there it is for him. And what a drive that was. Replay courtesy of Mobile One. The Trailblazers shooting 51%. Good clip from the field.
Aduh, kagak lihat si abang.
It's Walker on the wing. Pass to Silk. The three is up. That shot is off. Well, Memphis shooting 56% today. To the middle. And Williams punches it home.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Here's Silk. And he lobs it up to the rim. Hammers the lob through.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal. And here's Memphis. Knocked
Dapat,
loose.
mantap.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Pass to ABC. Here's Silk. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Here's ABC. Offline with a three.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Recently, we've seen a few super teams put together, but it hasn't always been an automatic recipe for success.
Well, yeah, a lot of times
Serba salah anjir.
teams on paper is
Kalau
all
udah
about
kena 5 volt tuh.
on the floor. And the biggest factor that sometimes hampers super teams.
And so it's the Grizzlies.
Wah, kita harus
taking care of
berpuas diri
business in
dengan
this
hasil
one.
imbang ya guys ya.
It wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Steve Smith, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking everyone for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.
Ah, siapa yang tahu, siapa yang mau. Kau di sana.
A lot of sporty looks on the Phoenix players here in the Valley of the Sun. This is a shot from earlier as they came down the tunnel. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barrett. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, guys. The modern NBA certainly owes a debt to those 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns of the early 2000s. Steve Nash at the controls, Amari Stoudemire at the rim, and Sean Marion doing some of everything. Most teams just couldn't keep up. And Kevin, it was clear they set the trend for the pace and space style.
So exciting to see. No doubt about it, David. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Avdia out there with Matisse Thybulle. So, then it's Anthony
Yuk restart. Bisa yuk. Halo Adit aja, selamat malam. 2 kali lu strike nih. Aduh gitu doang pelanggaran. Parah banget wasitnya.
Getting off to a hot start, always a good sign. But don't sleep on the teams that are still getting locked in. A lot can change in the coming months.
Now here's Jones. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Mantap. Kok nggak dapat replay sih, mantap begitu. Apa sih itu bola? Masa pelanggaran begitu? Itu gue pukul bola loh, jelas. Pelanggaran mulu, baru mulai udah 2 kali, buset, belum semenit. Langsung diganti kan. Menang kita, mantap.
Portland leading by 8. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Silk is out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Avdia. And it's Williams at the 5. Now here's Avdia. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Kept alive.
GG.
Williams can't hit.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Here's Booker. Portland grabs the miss. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Simons. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And it's the Suns with the ball. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the board. And that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one.
GG.
Talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Great advice. David, thanks. Now, here's Simons. Following the missed shot by Tyus Jones. That one goes in. Simons has got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
That's exactly how you utilize the pick and roll. Simons looking really comfortable in the set there.
Here's Jones. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Jago-jago banget deh.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And a closer look here at the hustle whistle stats for the Trailblazers.
And they've made a point of pounding the offensive boards, turning those rebounds into points. It's been a great effort.
Yeah, I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
Here's Silk. His last outing, 16 points for him. Thibault on the wing. There's the pass to Simons. 6 to shoot. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nick Richards.
Si Thibault kenapa nggak pede nge-shoot ya? Padahal kosong mulu loh.
Here's Silk.
Aduh, kirain si Duran mau ngejar.
That three-pointer off the mark.
When you see KD run the court with the speed of a guard, hard to keep up with him once he gets out in the open floor.
Here in the second quarter, we played a little over 2.5.
Astagfirullah, tinggi banget.
Ball's not loose. Here's Silk. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kevin Durant. The Trailblazers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Booker looking around from about 19 feet. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. Pass to Beal. There's the triple. Good. A nice assist from Booker.
Masuk pula.
Booker's got 3 assists now in this one.
And Bradley Beal is going to stretch out a defense with that kind of range.
GA, he's asked to carry a big-time scoring.
Nah.
Beal makes his teammates better as well.
And that's an area, Kevin, he has really grown. And his playmaking, when the defense overcommits, you make them pay with the pass.
Beal, the pass to Richards. Kicks to Jones. Tipped away. And stolen by Thibault. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Silk. Lays it up and in off
Nice.
a pretty assist. And it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
Siapa yang tahu? Siapa yang mau?
Just fanning the flank.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Passes to
Ah,
Thibault.
kenapa ke situ sih?
Here's Silk, defended by Jones.
Masuk.
Silk.
Ah,
Shot. No good.
sepenuh itu nggak masuk.
The other way. Beal, the pass to Jones.
God.
Dunk by Beal.
Bradley Beal still got a little bit of the ups.
So for Phoenix, their last game a win against Minnesota. Now the pass to Simons. Thibault with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. When you think of half-court offenses in general, Greg, how critical is ball and player movement to a team's success?
Kevin, unless you have incredible isolation shots, it's essential. Even then, keeping the defense rotating and reacting is the best way to create open looks and offensive rebound opportunities.
Ball, he's checked in for Nick Richards.
Nice.
It's tipped. They retain possession. Count the basket. Bulls got his first bucket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Adams trying to break loose. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Devin Booker.
The line for the Trailblazers, number 11, at the line for 2.
The first one falls.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Ayton, he's checked in for Williams. Now here's Jones. He's got 10. Booker outside. Over Thibault. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 6 on the buckets from Devin Booker.
He's so dangerous from the mid-range. Booker's feel is uncanny.
Here's Silk, defended by Jones, and Ayton throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Oh, they're going for the throat.
Bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. And foul on the shot.
Woi, suaranya rusuh juga.
Always a shame to see a guy like Bradley Beal have to go in for season-ending surgery like he did in 2022.
That decision, I think, was tough, but in the end, for the length and longevity of his career, was the smart one for Bradley Beal. Get himself fully healthy, fully physically and mentally ready to get back on the NBA floor and be as productive as he's been throughout his career.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now.
Mantap.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gray. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Padahal tadi juga gitu loh. Yang pertama, tapi pelanggaran yang pertama. Coba wasit.
Morris right side. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Greg, you read about Jimmy Butler starting his own coffee company, and he did that in the NBA bubble, and he drinks, he said, about 5 cups of coffee a day. Do a lot of NBA players drink coffee to keep them going and get that extra burst?
Absolutely. I remember drinking coffee on the bench late in my career. It's kind of a comfort food.
Easy.
All good things that can get you ready for action, I'm for.
And Grant with a nice heads-up play, willing to make the next pass.
Suns trailed by 9. Pass to Allen. Now, here's Bull.
Nice.
Portland grabs the miss. Avdia's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And here's Plumlee. Pass to Morris. For the 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Here's Silk.
Aduh.
Deflected.
And that massive
Bol.
coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Morris with the bucket.
He's not one of the sharpshooters, but still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Here's Silk. Here we go. Flush down with a nice jam.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And it's the Suns with the ball. The Blazers getting the bucket. Passes it to Allen. Takes the 3. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Grant goes in.
Rebound. Mantap.
Well, he's so active. You got to box Grant out. When the shot goes up, he'll get to the offensive glass, and he rises up off the floor pretty quick.
Now, here is Morris. He's guarded closer. That shot off. Some solid defense from Ayton. Here's Avdia. Uses the glass to finish the line.
Terujit.
Avdia's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers. Morris Bears looking over the floor.
Dapat lagi loh.
Goes back up. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
To halt the run.
GG.
With the rebound. If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one is on bolt.
Talk to most of the coaching staffs around the league. What is the first thing they think about with Jeremy Grant? And it's that athleticism that comes to mind.
And they have yet to miss a
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Trailblazers by 21.
Finger dia, boy.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Siapa yang
Hey,
tahu?
welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close on Bernie Johnson. Penny's here. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, how'd you see it?
When you can generate second-chance points the way they have, you should have the lead. It's been a massacre on the offensive glass. They're running multiple guys to the window, showing great effort and toughness.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
They need to give more energy and effort on the boards. Rebounding delta has been one of the main issues for them.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the...
Halo Dimas. Iya, kalau yang gue semua lewat MK.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from Silk.
Apa pokoknya kalau BS sama Bow ya. Tapi Bow sebenarnya bisa lewat itu sih, bisa lewat farming juga dia mah. Lama-lama naik levelnya. Aduh. Besok mau bikin yang itu V3 besok. Yang udah bisa farm bisa one hit di barrier.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Durant deciding where to go with it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal foul.
Picks one up.
I think he just has a great feel for what the defender is thinking. Durant using the up fake there to draw the foul.
And never say never, but we might never see another player who combines the length and guard skills of Kevin Durant. He's a player who completely breaks the mold.
And the pass to Silk.
Masuk.
And he gets the whistle.
Aduh.
Free throws coming up. And when you think about Durant's singularity as a player, Steve Kerr said he's more gifted than Michael Jordan. What do you think of that?
Well,
Nice.
Steve's had a first-hand view coaching KD and playing alongside Jordan. He didn't say greater, but more gifted. I think it's a conversation.
Here's Jones. The shot misses, and it's Portland the other way.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work has been impressive. Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Jones drives in. Phoenix
Nice.
no good that time either.
talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Oh.
24 points for Silk.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive.
Enak nih kalau point guardnya nggak rese, kalau point guardnya ngebut banget, kalah pasti. Gua nggak bisa jaganya gitu. Defense-nya lemah.
The shot by KD, no good. Portland's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Here's Silk. He's got 24.
Mantap.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Here's Beal, and the layup's good off the glass. Beal's got 14 points for the game.
And Bradley Beal making it look effortless right now.
Here's Simons. Williams.
Bagus.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Phoenix. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Timeout.
Empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Timeout called the Suns.
Siapa yang tahu, siapa yang mau, kau di sana, ku di seberangmu, dari takta,
Richards
kece.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Here's Silk, defended by Jones. Here's Silk at the elbow, Williams.
Dikepung 3 coba.
Shoots over Simons. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Simons surveying the D. On the clock. To the wing right side. Silk. Rebound by the Suns. Richards got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Booker. Shoots over Simon. They get it again. Back to Beal. 3-pointer. And they get it back.
Buset.
Richards to Jones. No good, not a friendly rim at all this trip down.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Silk. Good D by Jones.
Apa cenah?
Phoenix has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Looking to get it going. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Pass to Abdia. Just 5 on the clock. To end the drought. Trailblazers keep it alive. Second chance shot. With the clock winding down, and the basket by Silk. Silk's got 26.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And the Suns fall time here.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this time.
He's checked in for Nick Richards. And the Trailblazers making a change here. 6 seconds left to play here in the third. Booker. That one doesn't drop. And at the end of the third quarter, I think the lead in this one may already have been decided. Portland out in front, just dominating this one.
Just dominating.
The start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Last quarter ya bisa yuk.
But to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Out there with Silk, and it's ABC, and it's Walker in at the 3 spot. Done outside. 5 to shoot. Back to Morris. Lets the 3 fly.
And the defense has really locked down on them in this half. They need to start working to get some higher percentage shots.
And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. It'll be a second foul of the game.
Galak banget.
And so much great talent coming into the league.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Jones. That one drops one.
Kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Here's Simons. Let's go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Ini udah berapa pertandingan ya nggak bikin 3 point ya?
Since we started the final quarter of play. Beal, that's for 2. Gets it to drop, and now he's
GG parah.
Yeah, you got to find Bradley Beal even in transition because he's going to get out there and fill that lane.
Here's Silk, defended by Jones. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for Phoenix. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Here's Silk, defended by Booker. Silk passes to Thibault. Simons with the ball. Shot clock at 5. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Suns have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break.
Bisa melenceng gitu ya.
Kicks it out to Booker. Fires the 3. And it's keeping it alive with the new 14. And Silk gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
3rd team foul.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Now Booker. Just 5 to shoot. Over Thibault. A nice shot by Booker.
Determination here, guys. A fourth quarter run that has them looking better and better as we get ready for the stretch run.
And it's Thibault in the corner.
Lu kenapa kesini, William?
By Booker. Jones up top. Knocked loose.
Nice.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And finished off by Avdia.
They start that play with aggressive defense, finish with aggressive offense.
Well, a lot of times coaches will tell you that if you play great defense, you're going to get a reward. It's a good possession all the way around.
Pass to Booker.
Mantap.
Here we go, all alone. Silk passes to Avdia. That one falls. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Portland.
They've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. Boxing out.
Kau di sana, ku di seberangmu.
We've seen star players continue to angle their way onto what some would call super teams. Is that good or bad for the league?
I think at some point that's going to probably play itself out. I mean, every organization, Kevin, quite frankly, is looking for the best talent they can. So if you could pile up 3, 4, 5, you're going to do it. But at some point financially, it just doesn't make sense. So I think there's going to be a time when you're going to see that dissipate a little bit as teams put themselves together.
The offensive rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Silk.
Woo!
Tyus Jones and slams it down.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And one more look at that fantastic Mobile One drive.
And that's a thing of beauty. Certain plays, almost no words. You just sit back and appreciate.
It's Beal at the elbow. And Silk gets the whistle time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back.
Cepet banget refleksnya ya. Padahal dia nggak lihat harusnya.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix.
Sempet-sempetnya geser tangan. Mantap Simon.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Phoenix has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Beal with the drive, and it's blocked. Now here's Avdia. He's guarded by Plumlee. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Royce O'Neal's checked in for Phoenix. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Walker's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. Takes it from 10, and the shot is long.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Walker the pass to Silk.
Masih nggak masuk juga.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Martin dishes to Beal. And for coaches' challenges, the refs review their own call. It's a little like grading your own.
Kok bisa yang nge-shoot apa? Stabil itu.
And everyone wants to be right. It does seem like some calls stand that probably could be personal foul.
Second team foul.
And the first one drops. And the Suns making a change here. Morris is checked in, and so he makes both from the line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The pass to Bull. Now, here is O'Neal.
Oh, kelengan kelengan.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Silk, covered by Morris. From about 16, Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Out to Lee, the tray. No good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
ABC passes to Silk. Floats it up for Walker.
Aduh, random banget. Sorry. Kok dia bisa sadar ya? Mau dicomot dari belakang ya? Aduh guys, gue pengen ke kamar mandi guys. Kalian gue end live aja ya. Makasih buat yang udah nonton dan like, yang baru mampir salam kenal. Sampai ketemu lagi di live selanjutnya. Bye bye.